What up, Dokkaners? So we got a big fat data download on the global side of the game. 1.4 gigabytes. That's right. 1.4 gigabytes worth of data. It's not just Saiyan Day stuff that's in there. It's also 9-year anniversary stuff, future assets for future celebrations. So we're going to be going over just mainly the Saiyan Day stuff. And if there's anything else that I need to include or I haven't in this video, I will put that in the pinned comment, because as of right now, people are still kind of sifting through all the files. And this is very late or very early in the morning, and I don't want to sit around and wait because I'm tired. I'm sleepy. So let me jump into the global game first, and let's go through all of the new stuff that's here. So first things first, quest mode has been updated. There is a new stage on quest mode. So they've updated the campaign. They've also updated the missions. And this new stage might actually be the new best link level stage in the game. I haven't looked too much into it. I did run through it real quick, and it's got one more fight than 31-4. There are two downsides to the stage. One, this stage has 3 enemies per fight along with 1 boss, whereas 31-4 has the 1 boss and 4 fights, but each fight is just 1 enemy. So in terms of speed, you're going to be going through 31-4 faster, but one would argue that's not necessarily the best thing. In terms of the fights themselves, having more fights is better, but the other downside is that you don't get blue gems from your runs in 33-2, not to my knowledge anyway. So I'm gonna come back to this in another video, but this could be in contention for best link level stage in the game, but I will get back to you on that one. Just yeah, second stage is out, so you guys can do that. Now let's go through the rest of the stuff here. So we'll start with the maintenance notice. Regarding long maintenance, apologies, they gave us 4 dragon stones. Very nice. Okay, people who are unable to claim their daily delivery, they got their respective stones. That's cool. Regarding issue with the Dokkan awakening of a certain character, is this the Trunks and Broly? It is. So if you had some issues with the Trunks and Broly, it has been resolved. Players who attempted to Dokkan awaken Trunks and Broly once but could not were given all of these different things. 318 medals of the Super Saiyan Broly Trunks, 16 million Zenny. And then Group B, those who attempted the Dokkan Awakening but could not Dokkan Awaken the character with an LR, you guys would get 1908 Incredible Gems and 16 million Zenny. I didn't fall into either one because it worked for me just fine, but hopefully you guys were able to have that resolved. Let me know in the comments if you got your respective stuff back in the gift box. This is the new quest. So the second stage is now available. Multiple enemies will show up, blah, 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 blah. Is there anything here worth mentioning? Nope. Okay. Now let's move on to over here. Update 5.18.0 is here. We already know Super Extreme Z Awakening is coming. We got the bad man Vegeta. Curse them. 3 years from now, I'll fight this battle and live. I love it. They have bad man Vegeta as the cover art for this new Dokkan event. It's a brand new Dokkan event. It's not the new stage or something else. It's a brand new Dokkan event. They literally just made my celebration. They took everything that I love about Vegeta and they just put it all into a celebration. I love it. So that's about all that they gave us. Oh, actually, you know what? Extreme Super Battle Road is coming. This is for Savior Stage 50. This wraps up the LR Trunks EZA set. So once you finish that, you will obtain all the medals needed to awaken the final free-to-play LR in the Super Battle Road series. Also new EX skill orbs. And then regular Super Battle Road is also coming. Turtle School Stage 75. So that is all for the in-game announcements in terms of content coming up. But now let's switch over and take a look at the data download stuff. Now, we've already talked about a lot of the missions and whatnot in the previous video. Hopefully you guys saw that. If you haven't seen that, we'll quickly brush up on it again. We have all of the events, all of the missions coming back. Now, right now, DokkanInfo.com is broken, so I am unable to check the global missions. But yeah, actually, you know what? Let me just go check myself real quick. Hang on. Yeah, Dokkan Info is still broken. So we're gonna have to look at the JP side. We got the Dokkan Awakening event medal missions to make the grind easier. So 35 are obtainable through this, 28 actually, but you clear it once, you'll get 7 extra, so that's 35. Saiyan Day missions, decent amount of stones. I'll do a stone count approximation later on when we actually get to the campaign itself. We have new missions for stage 2 of the Ultimate Red Zone Red Ribbon Army. So this is against Dr. Gero Android 19. So clear with a team of 6 Super Saiyans with no items. Clear stage 2 with no items with 4 Android Cell Saga units on the team. Clear stage 2 within 6 turns with no items with every single type on the team. It could be good guy or bad guy. Clear stage 2 within 4 turns without using items. Clear stage 2 within 5 turns without using items, and with 4 units being on the physical type. This is because the final stage is STR, so they want to give you a type disadvantage. Now, in terms of the payoff, like I mentioned before, not the biggest payoff in terms of mission rewards. So don't feel like you have to do this if you're not good at the game yet, if you're not experienced enough. This is just a little bit of an extra challenge for those players who are a little bit more experienced with little to no upside. It's really just very minuscule rewards. So I like it, and it's also not impactful on those players who are not able to beat these. Super easy missions. You can earn up to 15 of these medals from these 3 missions. You earn the other 15 by clearing the super stage 5 times. So that will be happening on the 21st. These, so the EZA and the World Tournament are both going to be dropping on the 21st of March, whereas the banner is going to be dropping 4 days prior. So Vegeta and King Vegeta, that's right, King Vegeta are going to be dropping on global. Well, for me anyway, March 17th, 11:18 p.m. PDT, which is essentially March 18th. It's just like 30 minutes before midnight. So that is going to be when the banner drops. I will be going live on the channel to summon. This is my celebration. King Vegeta and Super Saiyan Vegeta. I mean, I'm so exhausted from all of the energy that I have expelled from just being too incredibly excited. If you guys haven't checked out my live stream, go watch the live stream, because at the end of the live stream, that is when the King Vegeta revelation kicked in as I was signing off. It was actually pretty funny. I smashed my foot. You guys will enjoy that. So yeah, World Tournament is coming up, which is great. That is not something I don't believe JP has. Actually, I might have seen a tweet saying JP might be getting it too, but we'll have to wait and see. So I will clarify that in the pinned comment later on, hopefully, or maybe Proton will do it. Now, once again, touching up on the banner, this is what the banner looks like for both Global and JP in terms of the cover units. This does not cover the rest of the features. These are just the main ones. So there will be a couple more, but those are typically inconsequential. So for those of you who are thinking, will the Global banner be any different from JP? The important units will not. You got Vegeta, King Vegeta, God Goku, Super Saiyan 4, and Majin Vegeta. These are the best units of the bunch. They are all good. The Majin Vegeta is a little bit less, but the other units are all good. So this is going to be a decent banner. However, should you summon, I talked about this on the previous video, but I'll talk about it here as well. I don't think that this is a must summon. Given how good the Vegeta is set to be, and given how decent the King Vegeta support is, these units are all great. But that just speaks to how broken the 9-year anniversary is going to be. Those units on the 9-year anniversary are transcendent, meta-shattering units. So those units are way better. So while these units are good, if you pull the units during the 9-year anniversary, you are going to be eaten so much better. So I don't think that this is a must summon. If you want to pick up the Super Saiyan 4 with coins, you can. If there is a discount opportunity for some summons, you could throw those on there, because we still have a little bit of time before the 9-year anniversary. But in general, this is not going to be a must summon right now. There is just simply too much coming up for Global in a concentrated amount of time, where these types of banners, while they are tempting, it is still not worth summoning as much in favor of the more, you know, the more marquee celebrations coming up down the road. Of course, that's just my opinion. If you disagree, feel free to summon to your heart's content. I know I will be. This, I mean, dude, they pulled it out of my brain. They just said, what is the Toon celebration? All right, bet. That's what they did. That's what they did. All right, so I think that pretty much covers everything in the data download that isn't like future assets. So I will talk about that in either in the pinned comment or in another video. There is still no word on upcoming EZAs besides the World Tournament stuff. We don't know what Dokkan Festival EZAs will be coming up. We will have to wait for an announcement. Perhaps something could be mentioned in the upcoming campaign details in a couple of days. World Tournament is going to be dropping March 21st at 11:30 p.m. PDT, same time as the Super Easy. Actually, wait, no. Oh, that's so good. Okay, so the Super Easy is going to be dropping at the start of March 21st. The World Tournament will be starting at the end of March 21st. Okay, so that at least gives me a little bit of leeway to enjoy the new Super Saiyan 3 Goku post Super EZA. This peel off, what does this guy do? Because is this guy going to be worth the headache for a lot of people? Dragon Ball Seekers 130%. Raises attack for 1 turn, causes Colossal. Raises attack for 1 turn, causes Mega Colossal with a high chance to stun. Activates entrance animation once only, changes physical key spheres to AGL. Tech or STR key spheres for 5 turns from the... Oh, changes physical to either AGL, Tech, or STR for 5 turns of the character's entry turn. attack and defense plus 120, plus an additional attack and defense plus 40 when supering, plus an additional attack and defense plus 40 if ultra supering, plus an additional key plus 1 per type key sphere obtained, plus an additional attack and defense plus 70%, launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack with an AGL key sphere obtained. Wow, okay. Plus an additional defense plus 100% and high chance to dodge with a tech key sphere obtained, plus an additional attack plus 100%, high chance to crit and seals enemy super attack with an STR key sphere obtained, launches an additional super attack with 7 or more key spheres obtained, changes int key spheres to AGL tech or STR when there's an enemy whose name includes Son Goku. So yeah, this is kind of a variable threat response unit. That's what this is. Depending on what you pick up, this unit will do something different, which is pretty cool, pretty gimmicky. Is it a must-have? No. But this is a very unique character because we've never had a Pilaf, Shu, and Mai. So I feel like for that reason alone, a lot of people will try to pursue this. But yeah, that is going to be... I mean, the good news is we are getting closer to full synchro. So that means, you know, we got to do the dirty work, right? We just had a world tournament like less than a month ago, and we're doing another one. This is how it's going to be. So get ready, global players. This is going to be one of those world tournaments where if you're in it, you're in it all the way, because otherwise you are probably going to get lost in the dust. People are going to be gunning for those local top 1, top 2 spots so that they can get their hands on these new LRs. Also the EZAs. Eyeballing these EZAs real quick, I don't remember if any one of them stood out to me before, because obviously JP got these first. So let me see. Actually, you know what? This one I am excited for. This one's a 50% stat boost for... Oh, it's only 3 turns. Ugh. Okay. What does this guy do? This guy raises defense. He could potentially... This guy actually might not be too bad. Okay. These are all world tournament characters, so their EZAs are very borderline. None of them are must-haves yet. This guy... Yes, okay. So if anything, the Cooler and the Trunks kind of intrigue me, but all ours are on the Pilaf thing. Once again, let's just quickly go over the Vegeta. So this guy is a stacker. Vegeta's family, Super Saiyans, Pure Saiyan, 170%. Pure Saiyans, Battle of Wits, Mastered Evolution, 30%. Raises attack and defense permanently, causes immense damage, and seals. E plus 2 attack and defense plus 150. Guards all attack, reduces damage received by 18%. Launches an additional super attack for 3 turns in the character's entry turn. The more HP remaining when the character attacks for the first time in a turn, the greater the additional attack boost received within the turn, up to 150. The more HP remaining when the character receives an attack boost for the first time... Receives an attack for the first time in a turn, the greater the defense boost, up to 150, plus an additional defense plus 31 with each attack received, up to 80. Launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack when there's an ally whose name includes Goku attacking in the same turn, or when there's an enemy includes Goku. Can be activated when HP is 18% or more starting from turn 3 from the start of battle. That's when you transform into Super Saiyan. The entire point of this character is to launch as many supers as possible before transforming. Given that can happen on turn 3, essentially turn 1, you want to be launching 2 supers, or as many supers as you can possibly do. So maximizing your hidden potentials additional, plus whatever it can do from the passive itself, is key. So I don't think focusing on dodge is the right call. I don't think focusing on crit is the right call. All hands are on deck for additional, maximum additional. This kind of harkens back to the STR Goku Gohan unit from the Android Cell Saga. That was a unit where you were trying to launch as many supers as possible in a short amount of time so that you could transform the Goku into the Gohan. You could only do so after performing 3 or more supers, right? So if you could do that within the first couple of turns, that would have been the best case scenario, right? Based on this, high chance to dodge within the same turn. Yeah, there's no launching additional attacks. So you ideally would want to launch 3 supers within 2 turns, meaning by turn 5, you could have the Goku switch into the Gohan. The Gohan is pretty bonkers, right? So you want the Gohan to appear, which means turn 5 is at the earliest what you could get. So kind of in that same light, this unit has to do the exact same thing. You want to launch as many supers as possible. That way, before turn 3 and that damage reduction expires, you can meet the requirements to transform and also stack as much as you can, because all of that built up stat boost will transfer over to the Super Saiyan Vegeta, who then has key plus 3 attack and defense plus 180. Guards reduces damage received by 18%, plus an additional attack plus 180 when attacking. If HP is 30% or more when attacking, launches an additional attack. That is a great chance of becoming a super attack, plus an additional attack plus 30 if the target enemy is 80% or less, plus an additional attack plus 30 when the target enemy is HP 60 or less, plus an additional attack plus 50 if the target enemy is HP 40 or less. plus an additional defense plus 180 when receiving an attack. Launches an additional super attack within the same turn and disables enemy action once within the turn after receiving an attack. Massively raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage, and all attacks become crits for 1 turn. This is the Big Bang attack. This can be activated after the character receives 3 or more attacks in battle, when facing only one enemy whose HP is 80% or less. And you greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn, cause them as damage, and seals. On paper, this unit looks really, really promising. I know that I've said this before. People are kind of down on the unit because of the stacking, because of the 18% damage reduction. But the point is, there's slight risk early, but it pays off in dividends later, because the more you stack, the more momentum you build, the more you will notice that 18% damage reduction. Not to mention you are combining that with a guard that is unconditional at all times. This is a great unit, and I think people are being a little bit too quick to judge. So look out for my showcase, because man, am I looking forward to running these units. Let me also point out what the King Vegeta can do. First of all, I love the fact that his hair is red. I kind of wanted this with the Tech Vegeta and Nappa, but I kind of got it with this, so that's cool. So this guy greatly raised attack and defense for 1 turn, causes premium damage to the enemy. Pure Saiyan's sub lead, by the way. E plus 3 attack and defense plus 180. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 90 when attacking. Changes physical key spheres to AGL. Reduces damage received by 18% with 3 or more key spheres obtained. Plus an additional damage reduction of 18% with 3 or more AGL key spheres obtained. Pure Saiyans, Vegeta's family, category allies, key plus, or attack and defense plus 30%, and chance to crit plus 18. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 90, and all allies, key plus 3 attack and defense plus 30%. When performing a super attack, if there's an ally whose name includes Vegeta, attacking in the same turn. The main weakness about this unit is the fact that it needs to be able to super first before providing that extra and final piece of support. But that is also the upside. So if you want this unit to just be a basic level support, then you would run this unit in the slot 3, meaning it would have to attack first before getting hit unless it's an AoE. But if you want to maximize this unit's ability in terms of support, this unit has to be a slot 1 or at the very least a slot 2, meaning some dodge is probably going to be required for the slot 1, but you could put this unit in the slot 2, which is probably going to be ultimately the best place for the unit, because that way you can gain as much stats as you want and you will have the damage reduction, hopefully double the damage reduction with 3 AGLs. So this should work out fairly well. So I think that this unit is also fantastic. The issue is that extra little, I mean, this is interesting. This is unique. Have we had this before? Where you get a full-on key plus 3 and stat passive boost for, you know, a particular category or whatever for allies when you launch a super. I don't think we've ever had that before. But anyway, this could be my bias kicking in. Talked about this in the previous video, saying it again. I love these 2 units. I will be summoning like crazy. Hopefully I can have some really good luck on this, because this is the Toon Celebration. This was made for me, and I am going to deliver, damn it. Or at least I hope so. Anyway, that's it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on these 2 units on the overall data download that we've got here. All of the World Tournament units, which one are you most looking forward to? Will you be summoning in 3 days when the banner drops March 17th, 11:18 p.m. PDT, which is 6 hours and 18 minutes after the daily is reset, which is weird. That's very weird. Let me know what you guys think about all that and more in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let YouTube know I'm going to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.